And so when she's standing there with her like fashion jacket and her fashionable leash, it's like, wow, so true. Howdy, meowers. My name is Pudding. Welcome back to the BlushCat podcast.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devin. It's hard to follow that intro.
Today we are doing something very fun, very lovely. We are talking about K-pop pets, or just animals and K-pop in general.
Yep, so all you animal lovers out there, get ready. Grab your own pet, unless it's not a grabbable pet.
Gently hold, cradle, cherish your own pet.
And maybe they want to listen too.
Yes.
Or just love them while you're listening in your headphones.
Yes. And so you might be wondering, wow, do I get to see a whole bunch of super cute, adorable, wonderful animals today? No, because BlushCat is a podcast. It's K-pop themed, actually. So we are not like showing any images or anything like that. You're gonna have to do that part yourself. If you want to see these pets that we talk about, if you want to watch the animal content we bring up, that's your job. We're just here to talk about it. So no images, no visual references today to fully enjoy this experience, but you know, we're going to talk about it and talk about why it is a good experience.
See them in your mind's eye and open your heart to loving them regardless of what they look like.
Yes.
Because that's what an animal lover does, you know? An animal lover is like, every dog is a cute dog, right? So
yeah,
if you're going to watch today's episode, you've got to be an animal lover.
if you're going to listen to today's episode.
If you're going to partake in today's episode.
Yeah, which you can do wherever you listen to podcasts.
True.
So yes, this is just for a fun time. You can learn about K-pop idols that have pets. You can learn about K-pop content where animals are featured. So let's begin. We have a few things to talk about today. We are trying to keep the episodes shorter, starting now, like actually truly starting now. We've said that before, but like we're really gonna see how we can do. So I want to start by talking about Yoon Jisung's dog.
Okay, this is where it all started. As in, like, it was like relevant recently, and it was like, oh, a pet episode, that'd be fun.
Yes. So he has a dog, and its name is, it's like kind of, sometimes it's written with a V, sometimes it's written with a B because it's Bero, like, but it's like Vero, Bero, that type of situation. And it's a really super cute little dog. I am not the best with dog breeds, so I don't know what type of dog it is, but he adopted it in February 2021, I think is when that was. And this is just a good time, okay? Well, all these things are like a good time, right? But I feel like Jisung, you might know him from 101. Should we bring up his nickname?
You know what? Why not?
Okay, you might know him as Bully Pout. Yeah. If we've ever referenced him in the past, just know that's the same person as Yoon Jisung.
Yeah, like there are some nicknames that just kind of have always stuck, and for me, Bully Pout is one of them. Like I pretty much only know of him as that name, and it is not an insult as well. Like if you guys are like, oh, you're calling him a bully. No, other people apparently were calling him a bully. And so then I was like, oh, that's the bully kid. Like he's a bully. And then like he kept doing like pouty faces. And so I called him Bully Pout, but like he's absolutely in no way a bully as far as I could ever tell. He seemed like only someone who was there for a good time. Yeah. Always. So it's like irony or, you know, something. It's not. Yeah. It's not an insult.
So yeah, this like experience, I feel like he is somebody who really just truly loves his dog. And so it's so good to see whenever he features his dog somewhere. He's posting on his Instagram account with his dog all the time. It's like, even if he's posting a set of photos and you would think it's just going to be him, it's something official for a concert or something, at the end there's probably also going to be some pictures of his dog or him with his dog. And so just recently, actually, there was this really super cute picture of his dog surrounded by cherry blossoms, because the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. And then a little bit later, he actually posted a couple pictures of him like getting those photos taken. And so it was actually kind of funny. He was holding the dog like up into the tree, and like Bero's foot was like going onto his mouth, but like the dedication for the shot was really impressive. So that's always fun.
It's a really cute and beautiful picture. I saw it. I can vouch for it. Definitely worth a look.
Yeah. And also, Jisung has actually done photo shoots with his dog. And sometime early on, he was on some sort of program where people spend time with their pets. I don't remember what it was called, but it was almost like the Return of Superman, except it wasn't a regular program. Like, it wasn't as often as that. It was just like a thing that he did. And he said that he wanted his dog to be an ambassador for Tiffany, like Tiffany and Co, the jewelry brand. So he didn't achieve that. I don't think he achieved that yet.
That's rude.
Maybe it's still a goal. I don't know. Maybe he's past it.
That is such an iconic goal for him and his dog, and I feel like it makes so much sense, and I'm absolutely here for it. Like, Tiffany would, like, if only they could have that dog.
Yeah. And the last thing that I think is really of note for Jisung and his dog is that he brings it to programs that he attends, like Gumya with Jaechon. I remember that episode was extra enjoyable because his dog was there and he slept most of the time, but it was like so cute. So he was just like sleeping on the carpet while they were talking, and yeah, so he gets to attend events and stuff like that sometimes.
That's cute. Okay, since we're talking about 101, I'm obviously gonna have to bring up Kang Daniel. Now, I don't have very many people and instances to bring up today, because really most of my knowledge is gonna come from like who I've seen and like I don't follow very many people on social media, and that's where I would know if they have a dog or a cat, like a pet. And they're going to have to be someone that's posting about it. So I think there could be plenty of other people that were in 101 that also have pets, but I don't know about them. So, you know, we're just talking about some people that we know the animals about, you know, like, okay. So Kang Daniel, you should know this. You should know that Kang Daniel loves cats. It's
very
like,
important, basic facts. Kang Daniel 101.
Yes, it's like Kang Daniel hates bugs. Kang Daniel loves cats. Yeah, basic. So he definitely loves cats, and because of that, he has 4 of them. Their names are Rooney, Peter, Ori, and Janga. And I don't really know too many specifics about these cats. Like, I'm not really in it, right? So their breeds, where they're from. I know that the first, or maybe all of them, were like street adopted. Like, let me bring this cat in from the street. So yeah, I don't know the details very much, but he's had them for a long time. At least, you know, the oldest ones he's had since 101 times. because there's an episode in 1010 Base where they're like, oh, everyone describe your ideal room. Like, what would your room have it? And Kang Daniel is like, my cats. My ideal room would have my cats. And so then
Very relatable.
His room had his cats in it. They brought his cats in, and he like goes in there and it's dark and he hears a rattling and he's like, huh? And he looks and there's like a little pet carrier and he's like, oh my god, I think there's a cat in there. And then he's like looking at the cat and he's like, I think that's my cat.
Yeah.
So
and it turns out they literally did ship his cats to him. Like his cats were there, like actually his.
Yeah, crazy. But basically Kang Daniel and his cats, as far as I see it and experience it, is like TikTok-esque Instagram posts. Like, he likes to make just silly random little videos with his cats in a way where he's kind of just like holding his cat, like moving his cat's paws, moving his cat's ears. You know, it's not like anything more than that. It's kind of just like, look at my cat. And like, it's hard to describe because you might think I'm talking about like a more like fanciful thing of like, oh, watch my cat do a trick. But it's not really like that. Yeah,
it's kind of just like casual cat, like it's not
grainy, like
like it's not super meme, like official meme type of cat posts,
right?
But it's not the type of cat post that's like, look how cute and cuddly and precious this is, or look how beautiful this is. It's just like, look at my cat.
So, it's so casual that it's hard to describe because it doesn't really have a it's just like, look at my cat, and it's just like, yep, I'm still here with my cats. Yep, my cats are here. Like, it's just very much like, oh, it's Kang Daniel and his cat again. In a very like, I don't know, a very comforting way of just being like, you know, so normal, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a person with their cat. Like, you can't be upset about it. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. Kang Daniel and his cats again.
Yeah, it is actually comforting also to know that he does still love cats that much.
Yeah.
Because it is such a big thing. And like, it was such a big thing and it still is such a big thing. So that's nice to see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to continue the sort of brand ambassador line that I mentioned. And I'm going to talk about Key's dogs. Key from SHINee.
A completely different vibe than like Kang Daniel with his cats.
Yes, actually, it really is a bit different of a vibe. But he has two dogs. They're both poodles named Comde and Garçon after the Japanese fashion label. And so Comde is a brown poodle and Garçon is the black one. And if you know SHINee, you have seen these dogs because Key really loves to feature them. And he is on the program I Live Alone. And on this program, like, it's just Key at his house. And so his dogs are at his house. And so the dogs appear in the program a lot. So if you just like dog content, Key's sections of I Live Alone are going to be somewhat enjoyable to you because the dogs are in it a lot. And so they're kind of rowdy dogs. Like, they like to play and fight a lot, but they're also like really cute and they like to, you know, just lay around in their little house type situations. And they're icons, okay? They have reached icon status. They actually did a photo shoot for Dazed Korea, and they were featuring the actual Japanese fashion brand. Like, they I believe have a brand deal with Comme des Garçons, like the actual brand.
So that's where Jisung went wrong. He needed to name his dog Tiffany.
Apparently. Yeah, so that was in 2024. So it was a recent, I don't know if like the actual like
Partnership is still active.
I don't know if it's still active. I'm like not actually entirely sure that it was a thing or if they just dressed him
They
in
weren't
that
actually paid.
if they just dressed him in that for the photo shoot, but I don't see why they would make like it be that relevant if he didn't actually have a brand deal. But yeah, so I don't know if the brand deal, if it did exist, was before 2024 or if that's just when the photo shoot was. But I'm assuming it happened sometime last year. And so I also think that it's interesting because his dogs at this point, like 2024, when he got that photo shoot and that brand deal, they were at least 11 because he had a birthday party for them in 2023 that was made into content. And so it took a long time for that brand deal to happen, but at least it did happen because that's very satisfying.
Yeah. Key's dogs, like when I think of them, I haven't seen much of them, but when I think of them as clothing wearing dogs. Like they're always wearing like a sweater or something, right?
Not always.
Maybe not in the summer months.
He has dressed them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it's as regular as some other K-pop dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's all that. He actually also had them featured in some of the teaser images for his Japanese single that came out last year. So they even made it to that. And they have an Instagram account, like their own dedicated account. And yeah, they're icons.
Okay. I mean, I definitely kind of got that because like I knew that he had dogs. You know, I was like, I don't even know that much about Key or the dogs, but like I know that that's a thing. What about, let's talk about Lia. I don't actually have much to say on this topic. I'm not very well informed about it, but I do know that on Lia's Instagram, I've seen a lot of dog posts and a lot of dog pictures, and they're in such a way that I wanted to bring it up. I feel like it's really good for the animal lovers. And so I don't know which dogs are which, if she has dogs that are owned dogs and then she has dogs that were fostered dogs, but I do know through looking it up that she at least at some point has fostered dogs that then go and get adopted by another family, which is very cute, very lovely. But the dog posts that Lia will have, because she has, her Instagram posts are very like a whole bunch of pictures and they could be of anything all together in one like post. And there's often dog ones thrown in there. And they're always very like regular person who took a picture of their dog that they cherish vibe, like Polaroid Instagram vibe.
Yeah.
And it's very, you know, because like Jisung's dog posts, at least the one that I saw, you know, it's much more of like a Instagram shot.
Yeah.
And like Key's are very like
it's
brand,
almost like studio, like photo shoot.
Exactly. Like these dogs are icons. Whereas her posts, and like Kang Daniel doesn't really do pictures that often, even of his cats. But Lia's dog posts are very like, my dog was lying on the floor, cuddled up in something, snap a picture. You know, like I was walking my dog, I looked down at it, it was so cute, snap a picture. That kind of post. So for anyone that's looking for something like that, that's just very much like, wow, just every time I see my dog, it's precious and let me take a picture.
Yes.
That's what the experience that I feel like you get with Lia's dog posts is.
Yeah, you know what that makes me think of? Somebody that I didn't even consider for this episode because I wasn't thinking of him until now, but Q from the BOYZ. He has a dog, and his dog's name is Ghana, and it's really super cute. And like, because I thought of Q because you said that Lia's posts can be like an album, but all of the photos in the album can be just random and not necessarily related, and Q kind of posts the same way. Like, their Instagram posting style is very similar.
Oh, interesting.
And so sometimes he'll have Ghana in some of the pictures, and it's always really cute. And he's done vlogs with Ghana, like when he goes back home, because like a lot of these people that we're talking about, their like dogs live with them at like their house, but Q lives in the dorm, so the dog lives at his family house. And so when he goes back home, he will do vlogs, and the dog will obviously be featured because the dog is there and it's cute and everybody loves to see dog content. And so yeah, but he has also had a lot of like promotional but not official like promo, like he's had t-shirts with Ghana on it,
Okay,
like that type of thing. And so it's really cute and fun.
That does sound cute and fun.
Yeah, you know, we've been mentioning like a lot of these dogs or pets having icon status, being very relevant. And I actually think all of the ones that we're talking about today probably have icon status to some degree because they're featured, like they're featured relevant pets, right?
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of other iconic pets in K-pop, but we can't talk about them all. But I do think it is important to mention Mpapa. This is Gyuvin from ZEROBASEONE's dog, and it's like a family dog. And she's an Italian greyhound, and she is really an icon. Like, she's kind of a meme. She comes up all the time. She's very relevant, very trendy, very hip. She's kind of known as a diva. And apparently, I didn't know this, but I guess he said that she was named after his first words. like he didn't have this dog since he was a baby, but like, you know, thinking of naming the dog, he was probably like, oh yeah, like let's call it that. And so this dog is just like, this is a type of dog that's always wearing an outfit, it seems. And these outfits just like, you know, Italian greyhounds in general always end up having this sort of look to them. Like, yeah, you are going to be a bit of a meme, a bit of an icon, right? And so when she's standing there with her like fashion jacket and her fashionable leash, it's like, wow, so true.
That sounds like, it sounds not like Gyuvin at all. But at the same time, I totally understand it. Like, you know, they say dogs are like their owners. And so I'm like, feel like it should be more close. But then when I think about it, I'm like, no, I get it. Okay, well, I want to talk about these two cats, okay? And I keep bringing up cats. I'm not even a cat person. I'm allergic to cats. I mean, I am a cat person. I'm a cat head. But I'm allergic to cats. You know, it's not even like I would ever be around a cat.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I forgot.
It's true. It is true. But these two cats I need to talk about, even though you can't even really find them that easily anymore. They're Wonho's cats, and he had pictures / video of them on his Instagram, and it's gone now. I don't know why. I mean, maybe once or multiple times he has like just gotten rid of his old stuff on Instagram, and I don't know why. But you can still see them to a degree if you Google for them, and they're just so beautiful.
They really are.
When I saw these cats for the first time on Wonho's Instagram, I was like, oh my God, those are his cats? They're gorgeous. They're stunning.
Yeah, I was gonna say stunning. Just like, really.
And I mean, it's like the video and pictures like that he had posted, I feel like they had like such lovely like lighting, like the daylight shining through. Like it was a whole package, I think, that was making it that way. But yeah, so their names are Bomb and Yoram, spring and summer. Very cute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically want to talk about the other cat is beautiful as well. It's a fluffier cat. I think it has blue eyes. It's very beautiful. But I specifically want to talk about the one that I'm assuming is an American short hair, because if I look it up, that seems like that's what it is. It's like a gray with like black stripes, American short hair. I've never seen a cat that looked like this before, and that sounds like an extremely regular breed. So I'm sure many people have seen cats that look like that before, and they're not as like stunned by it as I am. But when I saw like the coloration on this cat, it was so like distinct. Like it's so vibrant, even though it's not
like so
color.
sharp.
Yeah,
like,
so sharp that it just is stunning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what happened with the cats, why he didn't post more stuff with them ever. You know, like I don't know the story, but I just know that when I saw those cats, I thought that they were just gorgeous. And so I had to bring them up today.
All right. Nice. I will talk about some cats. These are the only cats that I have to bring up today. But Jaemin from NCT Dream, he has 3 cats, Lucy, Luna, and Luke. And I love their names. I think that's super cute. And he has an Instagram account for them that he opened in 2023. And so Luna is the oldest and Lucy and Luke are the younger ones. And so they're like kittens, like they're very little and they're very adorable. And these cats don't really make as many appearances as some of the other pets that we've mentioned today, but they are just so cute. And you can really tell that Jaemin just loves these cats. He's always talking about them. He has, am I just imagining that? I think he has like held them in live streams before. Maybe that was somebody else that I'm thinking of. I don't know. But yeah, they're like, I just wanted to bring them up because they're really cute.
Valid.
Yeah. Like, you know, he on the Instagram account, there'll be photos and they'll be like nestled into their respective little hidey hole bed type things and stuff like that. And since there's 3 of them and they're all so little, it's like, I don't know, it's like extra cute.
It sounds cute.
I guess I will just mention my last 2 like person specific pet. Well, okay, no, actually not person specific because one of them is group specific.
That's true.
But pets. So I'll talk about Donghyun from AB6IX's dog named Tori. And Tori is a tan multi-poo. And Tori is actually, I believe, his twin brother's dog, like more of a family dog. And so Tori doesn't live with Donghyun, so he doesn't always get to see Tori, but he has appeared in vlog content and they went for a walk, played in the snow, ate dog ice cream type of stuff at a cafe. It was super adorable because Tori was like still very much a puppy at that time. Like, you know, he's really little because he's a multi-poo, but so he was like extra little then. And he actually has done a photo shoot. Like Tori and Donghyun did a photo shoot together for Hey Marie in 2022. And so that was fun. There's like a behind the scenes video for that. And Tori actually also does have an Instagram account that's, I believe, once again, run by his brother. But you can see Tori on that Instagram if that interests you. I'm pretty sure that the posts aren't really very often anymore because I certainly don't see them that much. I used to see them a lot. But yeah, it's just a really cute dog.
I must say, valid once again. Like, you can't, you know, what are you gonna do? Not gonna mention the cute dog? Like, you can't not mention the cute dog.
Yeah, and even if you don't like K-pop, but you love dogs, I have content that I can recommend you. And Tori appeared with Donghyun in the content on the Shoe and Tree YouTube channel, SHU and Tree, and this is like a dog groomer. And so, you know, Tori was with some other dogs, but they gave Tori a bath and a haircut. And wow, like, it's just so precious. And like his little face when like he was getting the, you know, the dryer blown on him, and his face was getting trimmed, and his face was getting scrubbed, and his eyes were shutting. And then when Donghyun saw him at the end, oh, it was so cute.
I just want to say, wild, if anyone out there has been listening through this podcast and they don't like K-pop, but they do like dogs. But yeah, that content, I guess that's free. I mean, I think grooming dog content is something that most people can get behind, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think most people will, like, if they're scrolling by and they start to see it, like, you know, playing, they're like, okay, I'll watch it for a little bit.
Yeah, like the dog grooming and the dog massaging.
Oh.
Like, those are just so cute. Okay, so yeah, check out Tori Donghyun's dog, and also check out Dengari, DKZ's dog. So this is what I was referring to when I said, like, not exactly person specific. This is more of DKZ, the group's dog.
Which just makes them that much more iconic. Exactly. They have a group dog.
Yeah, yeah. So you might remember their group mascot, Dongri. This is Dengari, the dog. And they actually adopted her as like an older dog.
Senior dog.
Yes. So I believe it was 2022 because she has appeared on Gumia, and that was happening around that time. Like, I remember that. And oh, she's so cute. She's a Maltese. She's
very cute.
A white Maltese.
Very iconic. It's just nice to see her around, you know? Like, she'll be in some of the like behind music show content and stuff. She'll just be in pictures, and it's just like, yeah, they're a group and they've got a dog. Like,
yeah, and the story behind like why they decided to get her, like why they adopted her, is really sweet as well. Like, their CEO, like, they were volunteering and their CEO adopted a dog, and they were like, you know, let's adopt one too. And so that's really nice. And
it's because their CEO is a woman. I don't know. I just, the company, it genuinely does seem like it's kind of nice. And I just, but then now that I think about it, the one other company that I can think of that had a CEO that was a woman is not not the same vibe. So never mind. Maybe it's not because she's a woman. She's just a good person, maybe. Or she could be terrible, but she adopted a dog.
At the end of the day, she adopted a dog. And, you know, yeah. So anyway, Dengari is one of those dogs that she always seems, well, not always. Like, I've definitely seen her without clothes on, like without without like an outfit or accessories on, like plenty of times. But they also do like to dress her up a lot.
Yeah, I feel like
it's really cute.
Yeah, like, I feel like she doesn't just dress up in like normal clothes. I feel like sometimes she has like costumey looks on.
Yeah. Yeah, which is very fitting for their brand.
Absolutely.
And so they converted the Dongari account into Dengari's Instagram account. They said that Dongari's going on a break, and so for now the dog will have it, and so they'll make posts and the captions. I'm pretty sure Jonghyun is kind of like the lead for this dog, like kind of like
the manager.
Yeah. So I think he writes a lot of the like captions probably, but they're oftentimes, or maybe always, written in her perspective. So
That's
it's like,
cute.
oh, I got taken care of today. Like I went for a nice walk and look at my new outfit, or, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So extra adorable. And they have taken her to fan signs a few times as well.
Iconic.
And so like fan sites can get pictures of her and then upload them, and then you get to see even more cute pictures. And I like when they hold the microphone to her. Like they did that on Gumia, and they've done that at fan signs. And so sometimes she's sleeping and you can hear her snoring, and it's like really precious. And then sometimes she just is kind of like grumbling, but it's still super cute.
That's great that they got a dog that is so comfortable being around that many people.
Yeah.
I also think it's really nice how out of all of the different pets that we've talked about and brought up today, it just so happened that there's such a wide variety of like way that they are expressed, like the way that you see and experience the pet on the internet is different for like all of these animals.
Yeah. And the other things like that I can think of off the top of my head where they have featured Denguri, they did a live stream for Denguri Day. That was fun. And sometimes it's like if Denguri is at the Donghyun, like the company building, and the members are doing a live stream, somebody will walk in and be holding her, and it will be like, oh wow, like look who's here. So yeah, really cute, really lovely. However, now we are going to talk a little bit about some more specific content that you can catch some animal action in.
Yes, so these are maybe not people's actual pets. It's times that a person or a group interacted with animals.
Right.
Well, the first one that we should bring up probably is Run BTS, because I mean, it's one of the first things, right? Like That's what we started watching this kind of stuff so long ago. We might as well bring that one up. Run BTS episode 23.
Right.
So if you know how many episodes there are now, like that's one of the early ones.
Yeah. So in this Run episode, the members are actually learning dog training skills, dog agility skills, and they're each paired with a dog. And then they have bonding time, and then they have the time when they are supposed to like learn the skills and then show how they can execute them.
Yeah, and it's just like I can't believe how much content they fit into only like 20 something minutes, but it's just really, it's good times all around. It's a lot of smiles. It's a lot of like just cherishable moments, you might say. Some of the dogs can do some like extra little tricks and stuff. It just seems like everybody's having a really good time, and I think that the personalities of the dogs worked really nicely with the personalities of the people.
Yeah, it was so funny watching it again to see like that was something that I did remember about it, but seeing again just how well the dogs matched with the person that they ran to and ended up being paired with. Like it was so funny the way that it worked out.
Yeah, it's like a kind of crazy. Like I thought that it was just random how they paired them up, but it like worked so well.
Yeah. And I want to say that like when we first watched this Run episode, this is one of the ones that I think we were probably both like, yeah, wow, like this is the kind of content that we can see. This is the kind of content that you can get with K-pop. Like this is so pleasant and wonderful. Like who knew that there would be an idol group interacting with dogs for such a significant length of time and like making such official content like this.
Yeah, it was definitely like I think I remember thinking through like the thumbnail or something, oh, like, is that going to be like about animals or about dogs or something? And then when it actually was, it was like, wait, really? They're really going to be just like, you know, training these dogs and stuff? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And now we get to see that type of content, and all, like, we get to it held up. It
Yeah.
like K-pop just gives you that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like it's right. It is just like, it's not just like BTS is the only one who's doing this, but when we first saw it, we only knew BTS, and so we were very surprised to see content like this, and it's like, wow, yeah, this is just a type of content that can exist with K-pop groups.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it was still good after these years, like all these years, to watch it again. It was still really funny and good.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to bring up briefly MONSTA X's Puppy Day, which was a Tutukgom thing that they did when they had the Tutukgom brand. It's 10 episodes, but there's also like a compiled one where they put them all together and English subbed it and everything right on the Tutukgom channel. So it's really easy to, you know, find and consume. And this is just classic, cozy, comfy, cute puppy time sort of content. They've got their pink tracksuits on, not the dogs, MONSTA X. It's got the Breathe For You song as its theme song. And I've already talked about that song before. Very springtime, very lovely. And they just like, it's actual puppies. Some of them are very, very tiny. So they're very cute. And they just have playtime. They have nap time. So like the puppies are falling asleep.
That's the part that I remember the most.
Yeah,
from that
so
content.
cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
They have bath time, so there is a little bit of like, you know, they're getting dried off with the hair dryer and that sort of thing, and brushed out. So it has a lot of variety of different types of cute puppy content that you might be looking for. It has a little bit of like a relay, you know, like agility sort of segment, like the Run BTS thing does, except they're puppies, so they don't really know how to do it. It's like a puppy version, but it's just like really cute, cuddly, like puppy content.
Yeah, I don't remember it super well, but I do remember that it was obviously enjoyable, and it was sort of like, it had the vibes of like a dog video game, like a computer game, or maybe like, you know, Nintendogs or something, like kind of that atmosphere, because the place that they were at, like it also like felt like that.
Yeah, it seems like a fake place, like a fake dog place.
Yeah. And also like MONSTA X, knowing their concept, but then seeing them having this really cute dog episode is like kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a good time. I remember enjoying it, and I looked back on it before we did this episode. Like I scrolled through and stuff and saw some of the moments, and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good, and MONSTA X is really funny.
Yeah. Okay, the last content that I have to mention is the ISAC. The Chuseok Special 2020 had a dog agility championship, and you know, the idols, we saw some behind content of them training their dogs, preparing them for this competition, and they did the classic sort of agility course. Like, it was a very mini course though, if I remember correctly. Like, it wasn't super long and extensive, but I remember the most from that Shuhua, because she went with 2 of her dogs. She has more now, but it was Haku, and well, actually it was only Haku that entered the competition, but she had Haku and Mata back then, and so Haku actually won, spoiler alert, 2nd place.
Whoa!
Yeah, so it was just, you know, you got to see idols with their dogs, training them, taking them to this competition, and then like seeing how well they performed.
I think I only remember seeing like a snippet of that, but I think it's really cool that like, you know, with the Run BTS episode, they weren't paired with their own dogs and training their own dogs. They were paired with dogs that had already been trained somewhat. But in this instance, it's like you see idols and they're doing a dog segment for the ISAC, and it is their own dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't think that they did the horse stuff for that 1 year, the horse event.
Yeah.
I don't think that they had their own horse. It was some other horse. So like they didn't have to train the horse. They had to train with the horse maybe, but with this they like it's their own dog, and I think that that's really cool.
Yeah. So that's all that we have to talk about today. And I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but we did only talk about dogs and cats. Like, there's horse content out there. Idols have other pets. It's not just cats and dogs. But it appears that we only talked about dogs and cats today. So take that as you will. If you enjoyed hearing this lovely, peaceful, relaxing episode, be sure to like the video on YouTube and leave us a nice comment. Tell us about some of your favorite K-pop pets or animal K-pop content, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. And also remember to subscribe to BlushCat on YouTube and turn on notifications, please. And thank you.
Yes, and everyone have a lovely day. And if you have a pet of your own, make sure that they have a lovely day too.
Yes, and it is also important to remember to stay meowing. This has been Pudding
and me. Bye.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.